Welcome to Jonas Premier. Today, we're going to showcase our new features. But before we get started, let me begin with a formalized thank you for your continued support, especially over the last year. Our entire model at Premier is focused on building features that actually empower construction companies to work smarter. I'm a firm believer that our customers are our greatest assets, and we'd like to thank you for helping drive our development. So today on the agenda, we plan on covering communication and education, our Q3 development plan, how to activate new features, and then we'll dial into the new features that were added in the last release and focus in on those that were added on this past release. So let's get started. Communication is number one. It's important to make sure that your entire team understands all the new features and, more importantly, how to use them. We're launching Pendo, which is an interactive tooltip that will be found within the software. This way, as new features arise, you'll receive pop-ups teaching you how to use them. We've also launched a brand new Help Center, which can be found and accessed directly through our software. It contains the latest product release notes, training guides, and document and videos. You can click within to receive more details. Use the links at the top to take you back to the main page. Here, you can also access documents and videos. As our support team answers common questions, we're constantly adding new solutions to this list. We also offer a training calendar where you can see all the training sessions for new users. If you have new employees or maybe you've promoted someone, anyone on your team can attend these training sessions. We also have support training sessions specifically around cases for customers that are experiencing common problems or need help with some of the day-to-day processes. It's important to ensure that all your employees are fully trained on the software inside and out, especially with any new features that we're adding. The better they're trained, the more efficient you will be with your processes. Next, the major impact features we're working on for Q3 are around subpay apps and advanced forecasting. Subpay apps is designed to help streamline the process with collecting AP information from subcontractors. You'll be able to send your subs a unique URL. Here they'll be asked to enter in their subcontract and invoice number, invoice date, and application. They'll have to enter in their % complete. It'll also keep a running total of their contract and change order information. They can also fill out any compliances. It will note compliances that are not received or expired, and they can easily drag and drop those files into here. The last tab will allow them to review the contract and release any retainage and attach a copy of their payment application or AP invoice. This will automatically route into Jonas Premier and generate an AP invoice, which will automatically send to the project manager's inbox for review and final approval. Another important feature that we'll be adding is advanced forecasting. Here, project managers can properly forecast by factoring in any pending change orders, pending commitments, and any anticipated costs to account for any exposure. This mitigates the risk and ensures that you're properly forecasting for your job. You'll have flexibility in terms of defining the reports and the columns that are displayed within them. This feature of allowing you to customize the fields within reports will be deployed to other areas of the software. As new features are added into the software, you need to ensure that as the main administrator, you are activating these features for other users within your organization. By default, Premier only activates new menus or reports for administrators. The best way is to check within the role security and ensure the flags are checked on for the new features. So let's get into the new features that were deployed on July 17th. First, let's start off with the new Rfi Mobile App, which can be used on Android or Apple. You can download it by simply looking for Jonas Premier Rfi. PMs can easily open, respond, or close RFIs. You can also easily attach any photos or corresponding documents. You'll be notified when a new RFI arrives. Also, any of the RFIs generated off the mobile sync within the software real time. Within Premier, you can also utilize the email option. This is known as the Rfi Connect. It will send a unique URL link to one or multiple recipients. They can open the link from any device, enter in the response, view documents, or even attach their own documents. Once they respond, it automatically syncs back in the software, and the response is populated, and any documents that were attached will automatically store in the document management system. Also, we've added a feature to track multiple responses, and it will default the last one as the official response, but that can be modified by end users. Next, let's go into the job dashboard. This can be accessed through Reports, Project Management, Job Dashboard, or you can simply just type in Job Dashboard. Remember, the administrator needs to add it to your menu design. Just a reminder, under User Preferences, you can set up your individual preferences for default company and default job. This way, any of the screens you open, it'll default that information for you. It also references the project manager and the start and end date for the job. This dashboard acts as a centralized area for project managers to see absolutely everything related to their job. At the top, it references high-level KPIs. In the middle, it references any outstanding items, including those that are overdue. At the bottom, it references any approvals that require your attention and a recap of your subcontractor cost, total cost, and your revenue. Anything highlighted in red requires your attention. Also, there's drill down capability into some of these fields. We encourage project managers to watch the job dashboard video to learn more about how you can utilize this feature. Also, we recommend making this a favorite on your menu. Simply right-click on the white area to create a new favorite. Type will be set to Screen, Module will be set to PM, Menu will be Job Dashboard. Click OK. This will now appear on your favorites menu for you to easily click on. Another great report we've added with this release is known as a Job Vendor Summary. This is designed to show you everything related to all vendors, from purchase suppliers to subcontractors. It's found under Project Management, and administrators must activate it on your menu. When you generate the report, if you leave all items blank, it's going to retrieve all values. At the top, if you select the job number, it's only going to retrieve vendors related to that particular job. At the bottom left, we've even added an option to only show overbilled vendors. This is optional. As you can see, it lists all the vendors, includes the total committed, billed to date, percent billed, remaining commitment, what's been invoiced, what's been paid, and what the balance is. It'll also reference any holdback or retainage. Any of the blue fields are drill downs that'll take you into more information. The great thing about it is as it drills down into the invoice details, it also allows you to drill down into the details to find any payment related information. At the bottom left, you can also open up the original audit or the associated AP invoice if it's been scanned in. Next, let's talk about AP and AR holdback or retainage report. Previously, these were grouped as one. Now we've separated them into the individual modules. Next, report defaults. In Premier, if you leave the report filters blank, it will automatically assume that you want everything included. Previously, the date fields were mandatory. Now we've made them optional, and if required, we'll default today's date. This makes it easier when running your reports. Also, just a quick tip, within a report, you can use your Control F key to find any type of information you're looking for. Simply type it in and it'll filter throughout the report. If you press Enter, it'll find the next field that matches that search. Another quick tip is around the date. If you type in the day, for example 15, and press Tab, it defaults the month and the year. Alternatively, you can type in the word today and it defaults the today's date. Next, let's showcase a new subcontract report. You'll notice in the drop-down there's a new option called Subcontract Progress designed to give you everything related to the sub. You can enter in the date, filter by job, and it'll retrieve all subcontractors to that one job. You can also filter by subcontracts. Within here, you'll notice at the top it gives you a full summary of the contract. It includes approved change orders to give you your current contract amount, any pending change orders, what's been billed, the percentage, the total, and what's been paid. It even includes your remaining commitment and remaining holdback and retainage. Down below, it breaks down the contract on a line-by-line basis and also includes any approved or pending change orders. Down at the bottom, it even displays any compliances. If you drill down into the details, it takes you into the Invoice Inquiry. Here, you can access any of the information related to the invoice. Also, you can access the audit trail and open up the original AP invoice if it's been scanned in by AP. Another great subcontract report is known as the Subcontract Summary. This is designed to be an interactive grid, so you can easily drill down and search the information by project manager, by job, or by any of the filters down below. You can easily reorganize them, and you can also use the filter to find key information. As you can see, any item in red requires your attention. Also, any item in blue allows for full drill down. You can easily click on the subcontractor number to get the details related to that subcontract. Here at the top, it displays the main contract information, and at the bottom, it includes all the details. It'll also merge in any change orders. We've added 2 new features, allowing you to export this to Excel or to a PDF. What's great is you can easily flip back into the Subcontract Summary and click on a new subcontract, and the tab beside it will automatically change. This makes it easy to navigate through information. Next, we've added some export features. You can now easily export your chart of accounts and your job breakdown. Let's take a quick look at these. In the job setup, you'll notice there's a cost structure button. This contains a full listing of your cost types, your cost items, and if you use a 4th or 5th level of breakdown, they'll be here. Notice the Export to Excel option is there. It'll automatically open an Excel spreadsheet for you. Just an important tip, when it opens the document, you notice it stores it at the bottom. If you choose Always Open this file, it will no longer require you to take this extra step and will just automatically open. This is for all documents within our system. We recommend checking that off. As you can see, it extracts the information to Excel. The same thing applies for the chart of accounts. Simply type in Chart of Accounts, notice there's an Export to Excel icon, and notice in this case it opens up automatically because last time I checked on that feature. Next, we've enhanced the AP Invoice Registry report. The major changes in the report are around the calculation, the way the information is displayed, the invoice subtotals, and the addition of drill down capabilities. The column Purchase Amount and Tax will now display the full amount of the invoice, including the retainage and holdback. Previously, it did not include this. The new drill down capabilities work by simply clicking on the invoice or the audit number. Notice that the drill downs are all in blue. We've also enhanced the AP Invoice Inquiry report. This report is important for users who want to keep track of expense activities with their vendors. There are 3 main features to highlight. Number 1, at the top, it provides more details related to the invoice. Number 2, you can click on the related documents, which include any audit trails or attached AP invoices. And number 3, it includes related payments down below. Here's an example of the AP Invoice Inquiry. As you can see, the detailed information related to the invoice is at the top. Down below is the payment information, and you can easily click on the documents to open up the original copies. As mentioned earlier, you can always use Ctrl F to find things within a document. Next, let's take a quick peek at the AP Invoice Registry. At the top, you'll notice there's a Detail and a Summary option. If you click on Detail and leave all the options blank, it'll automatically merge in all the records. Anything highlighted in blue allows you to drill down into the information. The summarized version provides you a summary of the invoice registry. Notice you also have an option whether or not you include your paid invoices. Here you can click on the vendor name to drill into more details, and this will bring you into the detail version. In AR, the cash receipt reports have been all revamped to display the information in a more organized view. In addition, a new summarized cash receipt report has been added to provide an overview of all the cash receipts received by the bank account, payment type, and payment method. Also, you'll notice that we provide a cash receipt by invoice option. This report provides information related to specific invoices, such as all receipts against this invoice. Next, we've added a feature to new AP invoices that are linked to a subcontract. This is the #1 feature requested by customers on our customer portal. If an AP invoice is linked to a subcontractor, it will automatically default the quantity to 0. The reason for that is because typically you are not paying a subcontractor the full amount. Hence, if you had 50 line items on a sub, our users would have to go zero out every single line item and just allocate the amount for one line item. This became very time consuming. So by zeroing out all the totals, it gives the users the flexibility to just quickly enter in the amount or issued for payment. Just a reminder, this feature is only applicable for AP invoices linked to subs, not purchase orders. Because of this, we've also added an additional feature to show the outstanding commitment related to the subcontractor in the bottom section. This way, when issuing the AP invoice, it's really easy to see what's outstanding. Also, by popular demand, we added an optional feature that can be turned on for accounts payable. This will automatically alert the accounts payable clerk if they're issuing an AP invoice directly for a sub or for material and there's an outstanding subcontract or PO on file for that job for that particular vendor. So let's take a quick look as to where the setting is. In accounts payable, under the AP subledger, there's a settings tab. The third option is set to off. You can turn it to on, and this will give you the warning, and this will automatically turn on the warning for accounts payable. So let's take a look at how this works. If we add an invoice, we select the vendor, and we select an associated job, and we don't select the subcontract, but we try to distribute it to the cost type S, the system will automatically alert me and warn me that on file I've got related subs. Now if I double click, you'll notice I have the related subcontract agreements. Also, to highlight the earlier feature we spoke about, as I merge in the subcontract detail, as you can see down at the bottom, the quantity is set to 0. Also, I can see my outstanding commitment. In accounts payable, we've also allowed for a new budget control feature to automatically turn red if you're exceeding your budget. As AP invoices are being entered, it'll automatically merge in the budget control details. This is very useful for the AP person, but it is also available for project managers upon approving their AP invoice. On the project management side, we've also added some project defaults, specifically around RFIs and submittals. This helps save valuable time when entering in RFIs or submittals. When project managers receive a new job, we recommend going into the project defaults and setting the defaults for RFIs and submittals. Under the RFIs, you can set the from and send RFIs to and the form type. Under submittals, you can enter in who it's prepared by, who you're sending it to, what the buffer time is, and which form you'd like to use. This way, when you're generating an RFI, it takes away a lot of the manual entry. Let's take a quick look. As you can see, I'm adding a brand new RFI, and the information down below has been already populated. The same thing occurs on the submittals. When I enter in a submittal for that same job, as I click Add, all the information below has defaulted. Also, in the job setup, you'll notice the project manager field is now on the header, making it easy to filter by your project managers on a job. We've also added a new contract date field to the job screen. We've also added a new field to the estimate at completion screen. At the far right, it takes your estimate at completion minus your current estimate. We've also added some security within the roles setting for those users using time and material or construction management or the progress billing method. In More Actions, there's an option to bring forward as billed. You can now secure which users have access to this. Other features we've added is around defaults. For those that have multiple subledgers, we've designed it so it will automatically default the last subledger used on certain screens. Also, it will automatically default the estimate unit cost to be based on the standard unit cost. Also, in accounts payable under vendor types, we've added 3 new standard vendor types. This session covers the high-level impact features. We've also added additional features which you can review in detail through the Customer Help portal.